All right, Beer Night followers, this is episode 23 of Beer Night, almost end of season 1, almost. We're almost there.
Getting there.
Getting there, close. This is the music segment of Beer Night. And you know what we do on Beer Night? We do top fives. You know what sucks though? Real quick before you shine in. Did you ever watch that? Did you ever watch That Metal Show on VH1?
Yes.
Okay, so they've come back. They're on YouTube now, called That Rocks, and they do a top 5 edition as well. But they do a 6-pack edition. Why didn't we fucking think of that? 6-pack beer night, 6-pack.
Yes, I get it. The
fuck? Why didn't we think of that?
I get it.
Some bullshit.
6-pack has to do with beer.
Yes,
I get it. Yeah, so
they do a 6-pack edition.
Okay,
we do top 5.
I mean, I guess that's.
I wish we had thought of that.
Maybe we should steal it.
We could. I don't know if it's copyrighted or not, but maybe we should.
Doesn't matter.
Does it matter? We do a 6-pack.
Watching this fucking
6-pack of Beer Night edition.
Fucking copyrights.
I don't know.
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
I don't know. But that's
what are we talking about here?
So we're doing top 5 epic songs of all time, epic metal songs of all time.
Metal songs,
or any songs, whatever. I for me, it's metal. I don't know. That's what I got for my top 5.
Wait a minute. So
or just any. Or I guess this is kind of like whatever you want. Epic songs. What qualifies as an epic song to you?
It's your fucking idea. Why are you asking me?
So my qualification is the song has to be 7 minutes or longer to qualify as an epic song, because majority of songs as mainstream or pop or anything on the radio usually is between 4 and 5 minutes a song. So what qualifies to me as an epic song, it has to be 7 minutes or longer for me is my qualification. That's kind of only my qualification I got. What do you got?
So here's my question, because to me, epic is very subjective. So my question for you was going to be,
what's your question?
What do you consider an epic song? But you already answered it because you're just blabbing on.
Blab.
So 7 minutes or longer. So even if it's some boring ass, droning ass song that just happens to be 7 minutes long, it still qualifies as epic?
It qualifies as if it's good. It won't be in my top 5 if it's not good.
But it qualifies as
There's
plenty of songs that are 7 minutes or longer that I wouldn't consider epic.
No.
Just because it's 7 minutes?
It's fucking epic. No. What's... I guess we'll get to my top 5.
Epic is a feel.
It's a feel?
It's a feel. Absolutely. It's a feel, which is, again, what makes it subjective. It's an absolutely feel of a song. What makes it feel epic? There's certain elements that make a song feel epic. It has to be very dramatic, very dynamic, and it tends to tell a story of sorts, but not in the conventional way that a song tells a story, because pop songs tell stories too. They just tend to be very shitty and bubblegummy. It tends to be a very, I guess, a deeper story. Like maybe not darker per se. It doesn't have to be darker, but just deeper. Like there's some deeper elements there that you kind of have to read into and kind of chew on a little bit. You have to sit with, and it impacts you over time. That to me is epic. It's something that just kind of, it gets in your it gets in your soul. Not so much gets in your head like catchy, but it gets in your soul, and kind of now when you hear it after that, it just sends chills up your spine and just kind of like just kind of destroys everything. An AC/DC song can be epic in a way. It doesn't have to be 7 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. There's Hell's Bells is kind of epic. Is that on my list?
It's not 7 minutes long, but yeah.
It's not 7 minutes long, but that's not my criteria. That's yours.
It's mine, yes. Well, we'll go off of my criteria first, which I'll do my top 5 epic songs of all times. And number 5, starting off, I'm very like wavering. I don't know which one to pick. This is number 5 is like up in the air, and to me, it ends with a tie. So number 5 is a tie. It's Master of Puppets.
Hold on.
Oh,
This sounds a lot like a 6-pack.
It might be.
Because you're cheating.
I'm
Bring
cheating a
2
little
in
bit.
here. That's 6, not
I'm
5.
cheating. I'm cheating a little bit on number
6.
5.
6.
So number 5 is Master of Puppets, Metallica, and Iron Maiden, Hallowed Be Thy Name.
Okay.
I can't choose between one of them because I love them both.
Those are great songs.
Great songs, and I can't put one of them at 6. I just can't do it. So they are both number 5. It's a tie. And both those songs just have an epic feel to them. Like the Master of Puppets song, it's great riffs, has a great epic middle section, and it flows so well. It just
so the great thing about Master is you don't know it's epic until you are like
almost done with the song. Almost done with the song.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah. Or deep into it. Like it's one of those where you're like, after you listen to it, you're like, fuck, that was epic. Yeah. Like it doesn't like draw you in like thinking, oh, here comes an epic song, here it comes. Yeah. No, it doesn't. No. It draws you in as being a nasty thrash song, and then it goes from there.
Yeah. And then Hallowed Be Thy Name by Iron Maiden, it's a great roller coaster song. It starts off fucking very subdued and has that fucking just bells and then the vocals. And
so Hallowed Be Thy Name is on the other side of that.
It's
on the other side of the equation where it's like
starts off epic.
You hear it and you're like, okay, this is gonna be epic. Mm-hmm. It's more. It's not as sneaky as Master. It's more like telling you, okay, you're in for an epic song, especially because it's the last song on the album. The way it starts and all that,
So both of them are my number 5. I can't choose between which one. So my number 4, what was my number 4? I'm gonna go Leonard Skinner, Freebird.
It's a great choice.
As an epic song, and again, that's a great roller coaster song. It starts off, it feels epic like at the beginning, and then it just fucking hits you in the face at the end with the fucking guitar solos and the fucking the time signature changes at the end. It's just so good. I love it. I love Freebird. You can't go wrong with Freebird.
It's a classic.
It's a classic. My number 3, War Pigs by Black Sabbath.
The mighty Black Sabbath.
Oh, that's gotta be in your top 5. It just has to.
It's pretty fucking epic.
It's fucking epic. It starts off sounding like when you go to the movies, right? And you're seeing like say like a Star Wars movie. You feel like the sound is an epic the what am I thinking of? Like the music score. There you go. I couldn't think of the word. The score. It sounds so epic. The beginning part of War Pigs sounds like a score
one of the
to a
things
movie.
that I said that was my criteria for an epic song is being dramatic.
Yeah.
War Pigs is very dramatic.
Very dramatic.
Yes. Absolutely.
And that song takes you on a fucking amazing roller coaster. It's got a great little verse section, then it goes there, then it goes back to the verse section, and it goes there, and it ends fucking just epically. It's over 7 minutes long. It's fucking fantastic. My criteria. Criteria, by the way.
It makes it. It makes the cut.
Yeah. What is my number 2? I don't try to remember. Number 2. One of the greatest bands of the 70s. One of the greatest bands. A lot of great bands in the 70s. Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. Now, the album version I like, but the live version is even more fucking epic because the guitar solo is just fucking in your face. Yeah. Awesomeness. But that song is so great songwriting. Period. The way the guitars work and the way it builds and builds and builds and builds, and the vocals build and build and build, and very dramatic. And it has a high point and then it ends on a fucking low, but it's high at the end too as well. It's like, oh shit.
It's
and he's
very
dying,
much.
he's sure way to heaven.
It's very much.
It's almost a perfect song.
Well, but it's very much like a play or a script, right? Where it's 3 acts.
Yeah.
And the third act has a climax and then a resolution.
Yeah, exactly.
Very much like a story arc, like it has that 3 act play kind of arc, and it just works.
So if you notice my 5 through 2, the vocals, the lyrics, there is no chorus. It's all, except for Master of the Puppets.
Yeah, Master.
It's all storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is what makes an epic song. You're telling a story, and there's no catchy chorus besides Master of Puppets. There is, but it's all storytelling. And to me, that makes an epic song. You're not going to get that with a country song. You're not going to get that with a fucking pop 2-minute, 4-minute song at all. And that brings me to my number 1 song, epic song, and
I know what it is.
And it could be actually my number 1 song overall of all fucking times if we ever do one of those.
I know what it is.
What is it? Go ahead, guess.
No, it's all you.
No, it's all me. Dream Theater Octavarium.
Told you I knew it.
24 minutes.
So it makes
24 minutes.
It makes the cut of 7 minutes.
It makes the cut. It makes barely. It's right there.
Just crosses it.
So starts off 4 minutes of an epic Pink Floyd intro. And then it goes into the acoustic part, and it just it is a roller coaster up. Constantly. Up, 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 up. And then it goes down, then right back up. It's an amazing roller coaster of a song. It's the only song that's 24 minutes long that feels like one song.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like 2 or 3 separate songs.
It doesn't feel like a medley.
Yeah. It's one complete song, and you do it for 24 minutes. How that is amazing to me that you can write something like that.
It definitely follows the 3-act structure, but with like a prologue and an epilogue.
Yeah, but
it's just expanded.
It does have, the song does have sections, right? You're going here, you're going here. The next 4 minutes, you're going here, but it flows perfectly. There's no okay, we got 10 minutes in the song. Okay, we're switching keys here. We're switching time signatures here. We're switching here. No, it's a perfect fucking flow, and it sounds beautiful, and it has a high crescendo. I'm saying that wrong. Crescendo. And then it goes down. Then it has a good guitar solo to end, which ends perfectly to the song. It is just, I still to this day I can't believe how they fucking wrote a great song like that. It's 24 minutes long. It's incredible.
It's very evokes kind of classical music feels, a la like Mozart or Beethoven, where it's this long kind of piece that builds into a crescendo. And kind of, but it has that consistent flow of a rock song too, which is different than classical music, right? Classical music is very kind of bravura and just kind of like it's very kind of like just has this kind of standalone kind of feeling. And rock songs have always been much more contained and kind of like just like a more well-rounded piece that you could play on, like, dare I say, the radio or listen to with friends, and you get your 4 to 6 minutes of rock song, rocking out, and it follows that kind of feel while being as long as an epic. There's your word, classical piece or something like that.
And I can listen to that song constantly, all the time. It flows so well. It's perfect. That's my top 5. And I hope you're the same, but you're probably not. I'll get into my honorable mentions real quick. 10 Ted Nugent Stranglehold.
Stranglehold
Is
is great.
pretty fucking epic.
great, yeah.
But the riff it's too it repeats way too much. I'm good with it a couple times, but it's okay. Let's get something else.
It's good enough to make the honorable mentions.
It does. Some more Led Zeppelin. Kashmir, Achilles' Last Stand, just fucking epic as fuck. Alter Bridge, Blackbird, is epic. Some Arion. Give me some Trauma. Day 12. Amazing Flight.
Amazing Flight.
That's great.
That's great.
Some more Dream Theater, Metropolis Part 1. This incredible song. Panic Attack, Endless Sacrifice, and In the Name of God. Great epic songs, but they don't compare to fucking Octavarium at all. They have a lot of good moving parts on there. Some down songs are actually long, like Bury Me in Smoke and then Nothing in Return are really fucking good
But are
epic
those
sons.
epic?
Yes, they
Just
are.
because they're long?
No, they have a good epic feel to them. They're really fucking good. Global Warming and The Art of Dying by Gojira.
Art of Dying is a great one.
It's fucking just epic as fuck. Like, I want to keep it fucking going. And it's song like The Art of Dying is a song that never ends, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Czar by Mastodon.
The Czar.
The Czar.
The Czar.
Mastodon's great. Some more Metallica. All Nightmare Long. Spit Out the Bone and The Outlaw Torn.
The Outlaw Torn is great.
Oh,
yeah.
just epic fucking songs. Over 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Cemetery Gates is fucking epic as fuck. Some kind of newer songs like Tesseract, War of Beings, like 11 minutes long, which is new. And I'm loving the new album. It's fantastic. Acceptance on the first album, 1, is fantastic. And Right Into by Tool got me on the epic song. So that's my honorable mentions. I think that's pretty solid list. Pretty solid epic selection. You have a different interpretation for your epic songs. I'm kind of interested in what you got going on here.
Well,
because you have a little different definition of epic than I do.
There's all kinds of shit. Like there's like my honorable mention is going to be long.
Yeah.
There's so many things I can do, and really the order for me is what really kind of gets murky. Like I feel like with this particular topic with epic songs, like I'm not so keen on the order. I don't know about ranking these. I really don't.
No.
I don't really feel comfortable ranking them, but I'm going to anyway. I guess because
this is the top.
We have
5.
to supposedly.
I follow the rules. He doesn't. I guess I don't know. Fucking.
Fuck you and your rules. So I'm gonna go, and I'm kind of shooting from the hip here because I really don't. There's so many honorable mentions that could be in the quote unquote top 5 that it's gonna be tough. But I'm just kind of shooting from the hip here. So number 5, I think I'm gonna go Like Suicide from Soundgarden.
All right.
So to me, one of my favorite bands of all time is Soundgarden, and they didn't do a whole lot of what I would call epic songs. They have a few, but this is by far the best. It's very much if you wanted to compare it to something, I guess you would compare it to maybe like Stairway to Heaven, where it's very much kind of like a slow build that eventually climaxes into this big crescendo, and it's just the music, the melodies, and the lyricism and everything. It's just a perfect way to end the album, Super Unknown, and it's just ends it on such an epic note. That word is really apropos, epic.
Yeah.
So it fits right in there. So I'm throwing it into my top 5 because I do what I want. And so number 4, I think I'm going to go with Shine On You Crazy Diamond.
Ooh, part 1 and 2, right?
By Pink
part
Floyd.
1. Which one?
Part 1 and part 2.
Part 2.
You gotta really kind of put them in there together, even though they don't flow consistently. Because you really have to hear Shine On Part 2.
The entire album, pretty much together.
Really do. And Shine On Part 2 really has to come on the tail end of the song Wish You Were Here.
Yeah.
So it really has to. So it's not like you can put a compilation or
So
a playlist together with them back to back. It really has to Shine On Part 2 really has to come after Wish You Were Here.
that kind of falls under like greatest concept albums of all time, right?
Sure,
Is that
sure, because it is a concept.
It's a
album.
concept
Actually,
album.
it's not. What's crazy about that album is it plays like a concept album, but it's a reality album.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's about an actual person.
Mhm.
So it's written like a concept album, like it's fiction.
Yeah, yeah.
But it would be like a non-fiction concept album,
Yeah.
if you will, because most concept albums are fiction.
Yeah.
Other than maybe like The
So,
Wall, which
yeah.
The Wall is kind of a
It's
fiction,
more of a-
non-fiction concept
yeah,
album.
Yeah,
Because The Wall is not to get off on a tangent here, but The Wall is essentially about Roger Waters' internal feelings, but it's also fictionalized a little bit. So Wish You Were Here is kind of the same thing. It's just about Syd Barrett. So anyway, Shine On You Crazy Diamond Part 1 is incredibly epic. Part 2 is an insanely epic way to end the album. It's just pure, just absolute top tier musicianship, just unmatched. I mean, look at his face.
Yeah, he's
Look at Zach's face. Just
shocking.
just like,
yeah.
what the fuck? That's a great song.
Yeah.
So, and he's right. It is. Number 3, I'm gonna go in some radical directions here, just because I'm feeling fucking froggy.
Oh my God, what are you doing? What are we doing?
I think I'm gonna do "Anesthetize" by Porcupine Tree. And if you guys haven't heard that, you should, because it's an amazing, amazing piece of music. Talk about a roller coaster ride, though.
Yeah.
It flows in a way that Octavarium does.
Yeah.
It really does. But Octavarium is like a consistent build.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of builds and then hits and then builds and then hits and then kind of like it just, and then it hits really hard.
Yeah. Porcupine Tree. I didn't see that one coming.
Anesthetize is an amazing song. You know, it's it's almost 18 minutes long, so it fills your criteria of being
Good.
and it's just incredible. And I remember just watching like the drummer play to it,
Yeah.
and just the shit that he's doing is so insane. And then just the music, the way it's written, and the way it intertwines through all that is really crazy.
Porcupine Tree. What was the song called again?
Anesthetize.
That's size. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As in anesthesia.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I have that album. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Fear of the Blank Planet.
Yeah. Yep. I have that
Name
album.
of the album. What am I on, number 2?
Yeah. Number two.
2, I think.
doing?
So for the top 2, I'm going to get a little more conventional here.
Okay. You're doing my.
I think number
My
2,
criteria.
I'm going to go Stairway to Heaven. I think I kind of got to do that as number 2.
Go.
It's not quite my number 1.
Yeah.
But I think I got to pay homage to it as number 2 because it is so well written.
It is.
And it is a template for so many epic songs to come. What Zeppelin was doing in the 70s, it's kind of underrated, much in the way that Black Sabbath is underrated. But it's different because what Zeppelin was doing was kind of, they were more embracing like the musicality and the diversity that would come in later hard rock and metal bands that you would see repeated over and over and over and over and over again, but they were doing it in the early to mid 70s. Sabbath was different because it was more their attitude and their darkness and their bleakness and the heaviness. It's certainly the heaviest band in that decade by far. And that would be duplicated for still to this day. You hear Sabbath riffs duplicated over and over and over again. But Zeppelin, kind of the songwriting aspect and the kind of the epic overall feel, because Zeppelin really had that epic feel, especially when compared to contemporaries like the Rolling Stones or the Who or the Beatles. Zeppelin just had this larger kind of epic feel that a lot of those bands couldn't touch. And that's Stairway to Heaven is a prime example of that.
Yeah.
Number 1, I think this is difficult, but I think I want to go Master of Puppets.
Number 1, huh?
I think
Number
so
1.
because I really like how there's a few factors that play into this for me. One, it was their contemporaries, right? None of their contemporaries are writing a song anywhere close to that. Nowhere near it. Like what compares to it from their peers?
So,
Can you give me an
which
example?
is funny. I'll give this little tidbit. Megadeth doesn't have a song that's 7 minutes or longer. It's not.
So here's the Megadeth song that would compare to it for me would be Holy Wars.
It was not 7 minutes. It's like
Yeah, but 7 minutes is
6
your
and
thing.
change
No.
or something.
7 minutes
I know
is your
7
thing,
minutes
not
is my
mine.
thing.
But Holy Wars would be the song, but
Yeah.
Holy Wars doesn't have near the melody or
No.
the
No.
dynamics that
They can't write a long song.
that Master has.
Yeah.
Like Master has more melody in the vocals, and certainly more in the guitars. It's
Oh, yeah.
particularly the middle section.
Especially, the slow
Like,
down section.
You hear that, and
Yeah.
there's so much musicality there. There's so much classical influence, but also blues influence. There's so much going on there that a metalhead you would say, oh, but Holy Wars is fast and intricate, and it has this timing stuff going on, and it does. It absolutely does. It is an epic song in its own right, but it doesn't have the dynamics. It just doesn't have it. It doesn't have the melody. It doesn't have the depth. It doesn't have the feel. It doesn't withdraw an emotional response the way that the harmony guitar line of Master can do after being a 220 beat per minute thrash song with monster fucking downstrokes. Which guitar players?
Yeah.
Help me out here.
Downstroke it.
So it's
downstroke that
nasty. It's a nasty thrash song. It's so nasty, and it's so mean and fun to play. But then you get to that middle section, it just takes you to another planet, and it doesn't feel canned. It doesn't feel forced. It feels natural, and that is something that their contemporaries just weren't doing. And honestly, many of their contemporaries weren't doing until many years later. And so it kind of has a special place to me because it bridged that gap of something like Stairway to Heaven with pure unbridled aggressive thrash metal. And that's just something that wasn't done a whole lot. Now, to be fair, they had already done it with one of my honorable mentions, which would be Fade to Black. Not over 7 minutes, but still an epic fucking song, which is why your criteria is flawed, my friend, because it is 6 minutes.
I don't care.
It is 6 minutes and 56 seconds.
That
is not over 7 minutes,
there,
but it is still an epic fucking song. But anyway, I digress.
Okay.
Because
Well,
Master makes my number one.
You should have went the extra 3
And by
or
the
4
way,
seconds.
Master would have been my number one 5 years ago, before it was in a Stranger Things episode, and before everybody got all high on it.
Your number, I'm okay with your number one, but still, you're the one that introduced me into Dream Theater and showed me Octavarium. That song to me is just such a quintessential.
The masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece that's 24 fucking minutes long. It's mind-boggling that it's that long.
You're very hung up on the minutes.
I am, because that's my criteria. But to write a song like that and be 24 minutes long and be so fluent and so precise and so fucking fluid.
Yes.
And so precise on your timing and everything like that. It's amazing.
There's one thing.
I can't believe it's not even in your top 5.
There's one thing that you're missing here. For one, there's so many songs, so being outside the top 5 is not a knock at all. But two,
I still think it should be. But top 5, though.
There's one thing that you're missing here.
Yeah.
You're focused on the technicality aspect and the length and stuff like that. There is one thing that you're missing, and that is feel. And that is emotional response. Now, Octavarium definitely has that. It does, but not as much as the rest of the top 5
especially the ending of that song, too. It has such a great feel, especially the guitar solo. It makes you... It feels like the guitar is crying almost.
It's great.
With that
it's
guitar
great.
solo. It's great.
To me, is it better than Like Suicide? No. Like Suicide, to me, does so much more in a shorter period of time. Now, that does not mean that Octavarium is not a masterpiece. It absolutely is. It just is not quite as emotionally resonant to me as the rest of the top 5. Now, if we want to get into honorable mentions, Octavarium easily tops the list
Yeah,
for honorable
yeah,
mentions.
yeah.
I could also go Scarred by Dream
Scarred,
Theater.
yeah, Scarred's good.
Learning to Live combined with Wait for Sleep.
Yeah.
The way one of my favorite things that Dream Theater has ever done, I might actually like it better than Octavarium, is the way that they bring back Wait for Sleep in Learning to Live. That's a whole one piece. It's one piece. It's one artistic piece. And the way that they construct that and the way it flows, the two songs together are 13 to 14 minutes. It's not 24, but it's still an amazing piece of orchestration, piece of structure, and a great way to take you on a ride within a song.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, I you know how many people I've listened to that with? Like, you get it, but you know how many people I've listened to that with that don't even fucking notice that don't even realize that it's repeating the motif of Wait for Sleep, but an octave lower.
Yeah.
They don't even get it. And then the guitar comes in and plays it, and it's like, dun, 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 it's just fucking insanely good. Insanely good.
Yeah.
But people don't get
it.
Yeah.
People don't have the ear for that.
Now, Octavarium is even more along those lines where 6 minutes in, people are checked out. They're checked out.
Well, because the intro is literally 4 minutes long. They're like, what? Is this song starting or what?
But to be, it's a fantastic piece of music. It's a great band.
Yeah.
You mentioned some others. There's others. In the Name of God is great. It's more of a riff fest.
Yeah.
it's not so much.
I like,
it doesn't have
Endless Sacrifice a little bit better.
Endless Sacrifice is great. It's great.
It's got a great flow to it.
But to me, like, I have Master as my number one. Master, like, to me, those songs are trying to emulate what Metallica was doing.
Yeah.
But it didn't have that kind of grandiose middle section. It was more like a jam section. Like, let's jam, which I love too. Don't get me wrong. It's just not quite top 5 material. That's really the only difference.
Yeah.
And so there's other stuff by Dream Theater too. We can go in Dream Theater. I mean, their entire catalog is epic songs. So it's like, what's the point? So let's get some other stuff here.
Okay.
You mentioned Hallowed Be Thy Name.
Yes.
That's very close to the top 5 for me. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, another great one from Iron Maiden. I mean, they have so many great epic songs but those two in particular, especially Hallowed Be Thy Name, like it could easily be in the top 5. War Pigs was so close to the top 5.
Yeah.
I mean, that song is just, it epitomizes epic to me because it's unconventional.
Yeah.
And just garners your attention. Like, when that song comes on, you almost have to listen. And it was at the time, like, I wish I was alive during that era because nobody was doing what Black Sabbath was doing. Nobody was doing anything
like that. Maybe a little bit of Led Zeppelin, but not
that
not
song
what they're
played doing. Either at a concert or anywhere. They weren't playing it on the radio. But if you heard it anywhere, you almost have to stop and listen because it's so audacious. That song is just so in your face and there's so much attitude. And that really describes Black Sabbath's, particularly the early work. Their later work, they got a little bit more spacey and almost psychedelic, but their early work is so audacious and so full of so much attitude. And it's almost like grabbing you by the face and saying, hey, motherfucker, listen to what we're doing or else we're going to kick your ass. And they did kick your ass with music, and it was with riffs, like, and just darkness and just realism. Like, they weren't sugarcoating anything. It was just real. Freebird is a great choice. I didn't even have that on my honorable mentions, but it is a great choice.
It's great.
I'm going to get into some other deeper shit. I'm taking way too long. But deeper. As It Is Written by Barren Earth.
Oh, it's a good call. I like that.
Fucking incredible.
That's a good call.
They're a death metal band, so
close to this.
So enhance your calm, but I mean, like, just insanely good. Warriors of the North by fucking Amon Amarth. I mean, I love that song so much. Shadows of the Sun by Audioslave. Not over 7 minutes. Still epic as fuck. I don't give a fuck what you say. Isis and Osiris. Arion.
Oh, okay.
Come on. The song that got me into Arion. Well, Amazing Flight as well. You mentioned that. Amazing Flight. Great.
Yeah, I chose Amazing Flight over that one.
So. I got some Between the Buried and Me in here. Human as Hell is insanely good. White Walls is insanely good.
Too, White Walls is probably my favorite right there.
Human as Hell, to me, took White Walls and brought it to the next
level.
Yeah. It was just like that whole album, Colors 2, is fucking ridiculous.
That's good shit.
We're going a little niche there. Child in Time, Deep fucking Purple. Child in Time.
Child in Time. Ooh.
Epic fucking
I forgot about
song.
Deep Purple. Some Deep Purple. There you go.
Epic fucking song.
Yeah.
Octavarium, we already talked plenty about. Resurrection, Fear Factory.
Ooh,
not over 7
not
minutes.
over 7.
And
But
epic
you know what?
as fuck.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that under 7
Now,
minute
if we
epic
combine
song.
it with timelessness.
With time, yeah. Timelessness.
If we combine it, then it's definitely.
And then
over
going
7
to the cars.
Yeah. Stop it. We're getting excited here. Wallflower, In Flames. Makes a 7-minute cut.
It does, but yeah.
I love that song.
I like it too. Yeah.
You mentioned the Czar by Mastodon.
Mastodon, yes.
Fuck you. The Lost Baron. Or the Last Baron, excuse me. The Last
Czar!
Baron. No, the Last Baron.
The riffs are better than Czar.
No, the riffs are
I
better than
love
Last
Czar, dude. The fucking riffs. The guitar solo in Czar, too.
Baron. The Last Baron is a better song.
I don't know.
The Last Baron is a better song.
I mean, neck and neck there, yeah, but
The Last Baron's
I still give
a
a
better
little
song.
edge to Czar.
The Last Baron's a better song.
I don't know.
So, Metallica, Fade to Black, The Call of Cthulhu, Master of Puppets, Sanitarium, Orion, fucking One. Hello,
One's good.
To Live Is to Die, The Unforgiven, My Friend of Misery, The Outlaw fucking Torn,
Outlaw
Bleeding
Torn?
Me,
Yeah.
Fixer, Where the Wild Things Are.
3X, 4 X's? How many X's?
Yes, with 3 X's.
3? I think 5.
3 X's.
All right.
Spit Out the Bones. The Day That Never Comes.
Yeah.
The Unforgiven 3. I mean, we could
Three-
go
three's
on
good.
and
I like
on and
3.
on and on. I mean, just so many.
Yeah, Metallica wrote some
So
good epic shit.
Epic as fuck.
Yeah.
Blackwater Park, Opeth.
Oh, Opeth. I put in. I did have it in my honorable mentions. I don't think I said it.
While you're doing the how about some other Opeth? How about Drapery Falls? How
Where's it
about
at? Where's it at?
Hessian Peel?
Master's
How about
Apprentice.
The Master's Apprentice.
I like that one.
Deliverance is better.
Deliverance.
Deliverance is better, but Master's Apprentice is pretty good. And there's so many more Opeth. We could get into it. The Ghost Reveries. I forget. Why am I blanking on the name? But there's so many great.
Yeah,
so
on
many
that
great.
album is great. Yeah, I know what you're talking.
So
about.
many great.
I can't remember the song title either.
No More Tears. I fucking love it. I love it. Ozzy had some great epic songs. That's the only one I think that's over 7 minutes by your criteria.
Stands out.
Revelation, great.
Yeah.
Fucking great. I mean, Diary of a Madman, oh my God. Great fucking
good song.
Epic as shit, no matter what you say. It's epic as fuck. It's the feel. It just has this epic ass feel, and that's what's more important than the minutes and seconds behind it. Anyway, Cemetery Gates.
Yeah, the Cemetery Gates. That was on my honorable mentions.
Floods.
Floods
is a good one.
It's under 7, but it's just there.
It's 7 flat.
7 flat.
It's 7 flat.
That was like 690 something.
No, 690.
That
would be over 7 minutes, Steve.
650
that would
something.
be over 659. 7 flat. We'll call it 7 flat.
All right.
659.
All right.
It doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Whoa.
Reptile. Periphery. Fucking love that song. Periphery, by the way, has some amazing epic songs. It doesn't end there. There's plenty more, and I'm not going to get too crazy into it. Fire in Babylon by Shadows motherfucking goddamn
Shadows Fall.
I'll stop there.
Shadows Fall coming up. New songs coming soon. Hopefully,
coming in hot. New album.
Hopefully, you've seen them live soon.
That was my long list of
That's a fucking
honorable
long
mentions.
list.
I told you.
So
Told you. It's all about feel, not about length.
So
that's what he said.
Let us know in the comments what you think your top epic song. What's your meaning of epic songs? What do you feel when you hear an epic song? What is it? Is it length? Is it feel? Is it
feel?
Is it feel?
What do you
sure?
feel when you hear?
I think it's length. To me, it's length. But
you would because you're short.
I am short. That's right. I need the length. Give me Blue Chew. Give me length. There you go.
Blue Chew. I got bad news for you. Blue Chew does not make you longer. It doesn't.
Makes you harder.
No, it just makes you hard.
Let us know. They're not sponsoring us, but they should.
They should.
They fucking should.
They should.
Let us know in the comments.
Especially after as much as we drink,
Yes.
we need help.
Come on, sponsor us. We need that shit.
Free samples?
Yes.
Free samples?
Yes, please. I'm tired of buying them.
Right?
Let us know in the comments about your epic songs of all time. If we got it right or wrong, let us know.
Steve in full Blue Chew mode
Full
right
Blue
here.
Chew mode, baby. That's what it is. We got more coming your way for episode 23 of Beer Nights.
Nice stiff nub.
Yeah,
that's what you get.
Zach said Blackwater Parks by what was it, Blackwater?
Opeth?
Oh no,
Blackwater Park?
No, what's that? Black Label Society song? Blackwater.
Black and Waters?
Black and Waters. There you go. He thinks that's an epic song, so there you go.
4 minutes and 56 seconds.
Zach said it was wrong. I say it's
7.
wrong, but Zach said yeah. But whatever.
Doesn't meet your criteria.
It does not.
Your
Zach,
rigid, stupid ass criteria.
Zach, you're wrong. A good song, by the way, but you're wrong. That's his thing. Let us know in the comments. Episode 23.
Zach
we got
looks
more
like
coming
he's
your
been
way.
fucking munching some Bluetooths.
Yeah.
He's ready to go.
And he's ready for a cigarette, I think. But we'll see what happens in the next segment. Let's go.